Hello, my intellectually inclined compatriots. In today's video, I'm going to do it a little different. We're going to be talking about the Explorer IQEX build, but we're going to be talking about a different subject, which is the IDEX versus the IQEX, or IDEX versus IQEX. And I've also got my power and my mainboard, and we're going to talk about how this all works, how many stepper drivers are there, other parts of the build. I'm not to the wiring yet, and I've completed the heads so that it's kind of like a midway point, but I'm going to try to do today's video a little differently and talk about this project while I do some installation of some, where are they? Some threads. Where did they go? Okay, well, we'll pause and I'll come back. We're gonna try the video just like in a little bit of a different format. It's not gonna be as scripted, not that it is usually, but we're gonna get this all set up, oh gosh, I'm losing everything. Get this going, get some threaded inserts in there, and while we do that, we'll be talking about the Explorer. Okay, so I'm back. I got my Big Tree Tech rubber ducky, and I'm gonna heat up my soldering iron, and I found the threaded inserts. They're in here. Uh-oh, I guess they got loose. I think we only need 3 of them. But what we're gonna talk about today is kind of just like a project overview and kind of an explanation of like what the difference is between the IDEX and the IQEX. You know, obviously one just has 1 gantry and the 2 heads, and then the other one has the 2 gantry and the 4 heads. But it changes the hardware you need, and then it also changes the software because it's a custom clipper. Also, the IDEX is like kind of a known system, so that whole project, part of the project, is just completely flushed out. It looks, you know, it's really easy, straightforward to build. However, the IQEX, if you notice on on Formbot's webpage, they don't have that available to the public. You have to, you know, request it and kind of be an engineer or maybe somebody who can help the project along, or, you know, go in knowing that it's going to be something that's not fully straightforward. And one of the things I ran into, I was lucky enough to either trick them or trick myself into believing that I am capable of doing this, but I'll be honest, I am, and there's so much community support, so that's mostly just a joke. I've had so much support, but I did not know going into this the intricacies of it and the differences, so I want to share those with you. If you are interested in an IQEX system and you're kind of newer to building, this will be really helpful. I do want to give a shout out to Transmutated and Dan in the Discord. They have been helping me so much. Actually, Nori92. So the whole community over there is really, really wonderful. Ignore this. I'm going to try to hack these guys because Chipolos, you run out of batteries and they just don't work. So luckily, they're making rechargeable ones. But anyways, let's get back to this. So this is what comes with the IQEX kit, and this is like an expansion to your main board. There are these like expander cables. One of the issues I was running into is obviously with IQEX, since it's not like fully flushed out, you can kind of take a bunch of different routes to it, and luckily that was explained to me today. One of the routes is that you can get like another main board to control the steppers. What's really going on is, let me see if I can swivel this around. Trying out new formats. Let's see how it goes. One of the things that happens is like, here's your main board, right? And so these are all stepper motors, and then you actually put these in individually. They come in like a pack. I don't know. Let me see if I can find that. I got everything everywhere. See here. Huh. Oh, yeah, there they are. Okay, so they come in a pack like this, and then you take them out and you slot them in here, and these are the little radiator fans. And then you also have to use jumpers to, let's see, I don't know if you can see it under there, but there's 4 of them there. So let me zoom in on it. So if you see those jumpers, let's see, I'm pointing to them. There's a whole row of them there, and then there's a row of them right here. And that basically kind of tells the main board that it's in a special mode. So right now it's in that, I believe it's called a UART mode. But basically what's going on with the IQEX is you need 3 more steppers because you have those extra Y motors. So you need those extra steppers, but you can't put them right onto this main board. However, you do have this guy, which is your expansion. However, the new V2 version of this board doesn't have the expansion. So Transmutated in the Discord actually made a expansion or a special cable PCB that fixes that and makes it so you can attach this to the V2. I don't know, luckily or unluckily, I got the V1 board, so this still is able to connect right there using these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the V1, get it all set up. The other thing to note is, since it is a work in progress, the clipper configuration is set up for that V2 board, because that's what most people will be getting when it's shipped out. So having said all that, that's what I'm working on now. It's one of those things where these projects, you know, you're going to come into hurdles, you're going to learn things. It's really, you know, really a great experience, but you just have to be ready for that. And luckily, when I came across that Roadblock, normally that's something kind of you could struggle with on your own, but the community is amazing, and they just already, like within 10 minutes, explained my options of getting that other main board, getting a adapter. It was even offered to get it sent to me, which was super cool. So I don't know if with that V1 board I'm gonna run into like kind of bottlenecks or a wall. I was told that I might need to get a expander for the USB, like a powered expander, because this does come with a USB splitter, but you might run into power issues. So that's something that I'm thinking about. Let's get these threaded inserts in. Oh, and as you can tell, this is all messed up. So what's going on? I put 0 bottom layers, because normally when I print clear, I'm printing it like at a 99.99% infill. I didn't switch my profile. And if you look at the warping, look at how crazy that is. So I'm not super worried about it, because I'm printed this in PETG, and I am going to be printing with ASA once I get the printer set up and replacing all these parts. So for now, I'm okay with it, and I'm just gonna kind of like leave this insert out a little bit further, put this one in a little bit deeper, and then kind of do the same thing on the other side. So this part actually, because you have those 4 heads, you have these cables that run across on each side. And I'm even only putting this on one side currently, which definitely don't recommend if you do this build with the IQEX version. But I just know that I'm going to be reprinting it, so I am not worried about it. I'm only going to be using one print head when I first get started, and I'm going to be not using my spool holder, so I'm going to be doing an external spool from the outside. And let me show you that. Ugh. So I'm going to have this little guy sitting on the outside, and then if you look right here, this guy, you can actually run your filament through it, and then it goes around, and then it goes up, and there's going to be PTFE tubes, and then comes up and then around, and in here's the printer's upside down right now. Yeah, so that is my build update. That's what I've been learning about the IQEX, and just really quick, since I have you here, if you're still watching, let's just talk a little bit about this portion of the build, where I'm at, and what I have left to do. So one of the things that I have left, I'm going to flip the printer over. I'm going to install these handles, nice beefy handles. And then I'm going to install this guy on an expansion. So there's a little expansion board where you put the USB splitter, and then I was printing that right now. But I actually was running out of this Polymaker transparent PETG, which is awesome. So I'm going to switch over to the Overture because I want to have just a little bit of this left to print a couple of those tiles that I've been printing. Because we're gonna get to the bottom of what is the clearest filament. This is the Polymaker TPU, which is surprisingly clear. But if you look at this guy, oh, that's hot. Better be careful. This is the Elegoo, and that's very, very clear. There is also the Overture. A lot of people mention like you can't know how clear it is based on what it looks like on the spool. But so far for my testing, I found that this Elegoo is very, very clear. So I think, you know, I was surprised with how clear my prints were coming out. So kind of secret time, I think maybe this had a bit of a part to do with it, is just that Elegoo is really clear. And also you have to print at a high temperature. You have to do everything right. But so far, initial testing, I found that that's probably the clearest. We'll do this Polymaker, Elegoo, and then I have the Overture, and so I'm going to print some tiles maybe today or tomorrow, and we'll get a short or out about that. And back to the printer build. I've got the power. I've got all my motors installed. So after I get this that board or that holder here, I'm going to put this on it, the splitters. Then we got our lights that go on there, and then I'm holding off on the skirts because I'm going to print that when I get to it. I'm also going to be putting on this guy. This is the HDMI screen. It's a 5-incher, and then there's a little speaker on the back, and there's actually already some code to be able to play MP3s through it, so that's pretty cool. I can't wait to get this guy all set up. This is probably one of the most exciting 3D printers out there at the moment, and I'm very excited to share. I don't want to share it yet, but I have some really cool looking ASA that I'm planning on printing this guy with. So I have a couple more things coming up that I just want to share. I am going to be doing a nanopolymer review. Where are you? Basically, I'm kind of like not sure if it's super good or not. So far in my testing, I found it's pretty good. I don't like how like gloopy it can get on the bed, but I think that actually comes down to me. Not an ad, but there is like a little thing in here that you can get like 10% if you send people their way. So I might start doing that. I don't know yet. I don't want it to seem like an ad. And then this is kind of an ad, I guess. This was provided to me for free by Fantix. So far, I've had a pretty good experience. The only thing I don't like about it is that it's like circular, so it kind of spins in your hand, but like the setup's really cool. I'm going to do a deep dive review on that. And then the TPU PETG clear thing. So a lot of fun stuff coming up, especially finishing up this build. There's going to be a lot of printing. I'll probably do some live prints on it too. If you guys have any questions about 3D printing, tech, anything like that, science even, I do a little science in my life, leave some comments down below, and I will be responding to all of them, of course. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Let me know if you like this format or not, and we will have more videos coming up soon. All right, I better get back to work if I actually want to finish this. All right, catch you later. Bye, nerds.